Yeah, okay, Ramya, I shall. I'll increase the. Now, is it okay?
But what do you
Hello?
ma'am, it's okay, but you are making some disturbance.
Mm,
Maybe it's fan sound.
yeah, maybe it's the. Just seconds. No, I didn't laugh. I didn't use it. Yes. Okay, we'll start the class. So, in previous session, we discussed about the performance analysis. Yes. Now, can anyone tell me what is the performance analysis or analysis of an algorithm? Is my screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I increased my speaker also. Increase the volume also. Yeah. Okay. No, can anyone tell me what is the performance analysis or algorithm analysis? Algorithm analysis or performance analysis? Anyone? Now is it okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Now tell me. So in previous session we discussed about the algorithm test, algorithm and the performance analysis, and we have some subtopics in the performance analysis. So can anyone tell me what is performance analysis or algorithm analysis of an algorithm?
Algorithm is a step-by-step process, ma'am.
Yes.
Algorithm is a step-by-step process.
Now your voice is not audible to me, Mintas. Your voice is breaking. Or else you can post it in the chat box. That's the answer. Lemma said that it is input output. It's a step by step process of the analysis of an algorithm is performance analysis. Yeah. Tell me what is an analysis of an algorithm or performance analysis? Both are same. Analysis of an algorithm or performance analysis is same. Now tell me what is yeah. Yes. Best, worst and average cases. Yeah, okay, we have a best, worst, and average cases in the performance analysis. So first tell me what is performance analysis or analysis of an algorithm? What is the use of performance analysis? My voice is breaking. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yeah. Yeah, sound history? Yeah, okay. Now, We have a best case, worst case, and average cases. But tell me, what is performance analysis or analysis of an algorithm? What is the use of an algorithm? What is the use of performance analysis? It is the task of determining how much time and storage is required by an algorithm. Yeah. So we are going to analyze the performance of your algorithm. So what is the performance? How much time it takes to execute the program or algorithm, and how much memory is going to allocate by the algorithm or the program. So if you have a one problem, we have a number of solutions for that one. So among number of solution, we need to pick one solution. So how to pick that particular solution? It is based on, yes. So it is based on time and the space. Okay. So based on the time and space, we can pick the best solution for the problem. Okay, so for that we are using the performance of analysis. So how can we tell that whether it is the best case and average case, worst case? We have three cases now. So that is the best case, average case, and the worst case. Okay, so we have the measurements. So how can we say that this is the worst case, and how can we say that this is the average case and this is the worst case? So based on some measurements, based on some notation, we are going to decide that it is the best case, worst case, and the average case. Now tell me, what are the notations to represent the best, worst, and worst case? Average cases. What are the notations used for best, worst, and average case? S. Lakshmi Prasanna, Big O, Big O, Omega, and Theta. Yeah, okay. So what is Big O and what is Theta and what is Omega?
Ego is the worst case, ma'am.
Hmm.
Omega is the best case. Theta is the average case.
Yeah. Yes. Good. So Big O is the worst case. Okay. Yes. Yes, you said that. Yes. Yes. Upper bound. Okay. So we are using the term upper bound in Big O. Yes. Yes. Everyone is saying that. Yeah. Good. Everyone. Yes. Good. Very good. So big O is the notation to represent the worst case, and omega is used to represent the best case. S, Mahesh. S was for Maheja. S good. And theta is used for average case. Okay, so these are the notations to identify the best, worst, and the average cases. Okay, now how can we identify the time and the space complexity of an algorithm? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Hello?
Like,
Hello? Hello?
ma'am,
My name is Mama. Yeah, I'm alone. I'm alone here. No. Okay, just concentrate on my voice in that case. Okay? Please. Listen. Listen. Mm. Okay, wait a minute. In that case. Now, is my voice is audible now?
no, no, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now. So, yeah. How can we, see, you can see here, so these are the notations I think we have, I think we discussed in the previous session. So this is the omega, so this is the graph for the omega notation, okay. And what is the omega actually? It is the best case. It is the best case of your algorithm, okay. And this is the formula for the graph, okay. So that is 0 is less than or equal to Cg of n less than or equal to f of n. Yes, I'll explain this in the abstract. That's it. Okay, and this is theta notation, and this is the graph for the theta. And what is the theta here? It is the average case. And this is the formula. So that is 0 is less than equal to C1 G of n less than equal to F of n less than equal to C2 into G of n. Okay. And this is the beta notation. And then we have a big O notation, and this is the graph of the big O. This is the graph for the big O notation. And this is the formula for the big O. So this 0 is less than equal to F of n is less than equal to Cg of n. Okay. So these are the big O and theta and the omega notation for the, this is for the best case, average case and the worst cases. But now, okay, how can we identify the time complexity of an algorithm or a program? Okay, then only we can identify that. So this programming is taking this much of time, and second solution is taking this much of time. Then only we can compare the both the solution, and we need to pick one solution. But how to identify the time complexity of a particular algorithm or the program? Okay, now let's see that one. So this is the program. Is my screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can see here. So this is only simple program, only one simple program. So I'm taking one function. Okay, I'm taking one function. So this function consists of only three statements. I'm declaring one variable, and I'm assigning some value to the particular variable, and I'm going to print that value. Okay, using the CO statement. Now for this function, for this particular function, how much time it takes to execute that particular function. Now we need to calculate that one. So when you're taking these statements, for declaration of variable, it is not going to take any time here. Okay, you can declare any number of variables, the time will be constant. Okay, so if you are taking any operations, operations means we have to use some operators. Okay, in that case. So in that case, it is going to take some amount of time to assign that value or to perform some that operation. Either it may be addition or subtraction or division, any operation, or you are going to implement the value, or you are going to take the you are taking the return statement. So further statements, the time will be taken by the compiler. Okay. Now you can see here. So for a equal to 10, a equal to 10, a equal to 10, so it is the assignment statement, yes or no? So the 10 value will be assigned to variable a. So we are using the operator, and it is going to perform some operation. What is that operation? It is going to assign the 10 value to the a variable. So for this type of statements, it is going to take 1 unit of amount of time, 1 unit amount of time. Okay. So we are assuming that it is a unit, whether it may be seconds or fraction of second or milliseconds, whatever. Just we are analyzing that it is a 1 unit of amount of time. Okay. And when you are going to print the statement, that is a CO statement, it is going to print on monitor. So it takes some time now. Okay. So for this also it is going to take a 1 unit amount of time. Okay. So for the declaration of a variable, it is not going to take any time here. But when you are performing some operations on that variable, it is going to take some time. Okay. So here in the second statement, we are assigning some value to the a variable. So it is going to perform some operation, assignment operation. So it takes a 1 unit amount of time. And the next statement, C out A, here we are going to print the value onto the monitor, means it will take some time, definitely. Okay, so it is also 1 unit amount of time. So totally how much time here? Totally 2 units amount of time it will take to execute this particular function. Only up to this particular part, it will take the 2 units amount of time. Is this clear, everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we'll see the next function in the program. So I'm taking only small programs to understand the concept easily. Now I'm taking some function. So if you want to perform the sum operation, we need to take the two variables, and this is the sum function, and I'm passing the two parameters here, int a and b. Okay. So whether it is an integer, float, whatever. So you can take any data type here, but I'm telling the time complexity now. Now you can see here, I'm taking a statement here, return a plus b. Okay. So this function consists of only one statement, that is a return. Just I'm performing the addition, and I'm going to return the value that one. Yes. So I'm performing the a plus b operation, and I'm going to return that result to the particular function. Okay. Now for this statement or for this function, how much time it takes to execute this particular function? Okay. So a plus b means we are performing some operation, means addition. Yes. So this a plus b will take 1 unit amount of time. Okay, so this a plus b will take the 1 unit amount of time. Why? Because it is performing some operation. It is going to perform the addition operation between the two variables. So it takes some time to perform the addition. Yes, so it will take the 1 unit amount of time. And next, so we are taking the return statement. So we need to return the result to the function. No? So it will also take some time. So for this return statement, it is going to take 1 unit amount of time. So to perform the operation, that is addition operation a plus b, it will take the 1 unit amount of time. And to return that result to your function, actual function, so it will take the 1 unit amount of time. 1 unit amount of time. Is my screen is visible, ma?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Why? Because some network issues are here. That's why I'm asking. So if it is not feasible, please let me know that one. Okay. Now, so this return statement will also takes the 1 unit amount of time. So totally, how many units it will take the time to execute this particular function?
2 units.
Yeah, it will take the 2 units amount of time. Yes, good. Now, so total time complexity. We are taking the frequency of the time here. So totally, it will take the 2 units amount of time to execute this particular function. Okay. Now let us take the one more. Let's take one more program or some function. Now, this is a function. So it takes on, I mean, it consists of number of statements here. So first one, it is a declaration of a variable, that is int a. And next we are taking the a equals 0, means we are assigning some value to this particular a. And next we are taking a for loop here. Okay. So when you are taking the for loops or recursive functions, so we need to analyze the program. Yes or no? So when you're taking the time complex and the space complexity, we have a constant time is there and variable time is there. And when you are coming to space complexity, we have fixed part is there, variable part is there. So always we are concentrating on the variable part. So how can we identify the variable part here? Whether your program consists of loops or any recursive functions. So we need to analyze this one. Now see here. So this the function consists of for loop. So for I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and this for loop consists of a equal to a plus I. Some operations, some statement is there in for loop, and after closing the for loop, we have a statement, zero statement. Now, so here I'm going to explain the time frequency, not the exactly time it takes to execute this particular time, particular function. I'm going to tell you that what is the frequency time to complete this particular function or the program. Now you can see here. So for the declaration part, it is not going to take any memory. I mean, it is not going to take any time. But when you are performing some operation, so that is a equal to 0, you can see the second statement, a equal to 0, means we are assigning some value, that is 0, to your variable a. So for this statement, it is going to take one time and 1 unit amount of time. Okay, so means how many times this a equal to 0 will be executed? Only one time, no? So only one time the total program, within the total program, a equal to 0 statement will be executed only one time. So it will take the one time here. Now come to the for loop. Now can anyone tell me how many times this for loop will be executed? How many times this for loop will be executed?
Maybe one time.
Hmm. I'm not giving any n value here. Yes, n time. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, it is not infinity. It is based on the n value. So why? Because a for loop consists of three statements. Now, first one is the initialization statement, and second one is the conditional statement, and third one is the implementation or the documentation part. So this for loop will be executed based on the condition of your n value. So whether you are taking the n value is 1 or 2 or 3, 4 or some n minus 1. So based on that condition, the for loop body will be executed and for loop will be executed. Now tell me. So for loop body is different and for loop statement is different. Please note that one. For loop statement is different and for loop body is different. Why? Because if the condition is satisfied with the for loop condition, then only the body will be executed. If the condition is false, it will be exit from the for loop. Yes or no? Yes. So if the condition is satisfied, then only we can execute the for loop body, na? Yes. Yes. So if it is the false condition, then just we will exit from the for loop body. Now in that case, how many times the for loop statement will be executed and how many times the for loop body will be executed? Now can anyone tell me that? How many times the for loop statement will be executed? And how many times the for loop body will be executed?
Maybe in time.
Okay, body of the for loop until it becomes false. Okay, until it becomes false. Okay, but if you are taking the value n, if I'm taking the suppose n value, okay, let us take the n value as 3. Okay, my condition n value is 3. Now, how many times the for loop statement will be executed and how many times the for loop
Three
body will be
times.
executed? Which one, for loop statement or body? I need to
For
ask
loop
both.
statement three
For
times.
loop statement 3 times. Then what about for loop body? Both. Both will be executed in 3 units amount of time. Yes? Okay. Uh, let me explain this. Let me explain this with the Turbo C++ programming. Okay, Turbo C++ compiler. Then only you can understand easily uh, how much time it will take. I mean, how many times the for loop and for loop body will be executed. Because this diversity is having the tracing option na? Using F7 you can trace out the total program na? Yes, so you can understand easily by you tracing the program how many times the particular statement will be executed. Okay, so wait a second, it will take some time to open this particular compiler. Maybe n minus one time. So which one ma? Which one vanilla? N minus one time body. Body is n minus one time. One time, yes. Yes. Okay, let's see here. Whether it is the answer is a nice one or not, we'll see. Okay. So what is the program I have taken? Just a minute. I need to copy that program. Uh, Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to show this program in Turbo C++ compiler. Ma'am, mostly, yeah. I mean, just now I stopped the sharing of my screen. So let me complete the copy of the program, then I will share the program. Okay? Just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, guys, it's completed. I'll share the screen. Screen. Is my screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just go ahead, copy the total. So this is the program. Now you can see here. This is the program. First one. So we are taking the in a C++ compiler, we are taking the iostream.h in the turbo C++. I'm taking the conny.h to clear the screen of the previous program. Okay. Now here I'm taking the declaration of two variables, that is a and n. Okay, so a is integer variable, n is also integer variable. Now I'm assigning some value to this particular file. Okay, and a equal to 5 and b as well as n equal 5. Or let us take the n value as 4, no problem, n value 4. Now in I equals 0, I'm taking the for loop I equals 0, I less than n. Now what is the n value here? 4. And what is the I value? 0. So 0 less than 4. So based on the condition, the body of the loop will be executed. And we are implementing the I value. So if the condition is satisfied, that's a equal to a plus y, a plus I value. I mean the statement will be executed. And after exit from this particular for loop body, this CO statement will be printed. I mean CO statement will be executed. Now tell me, how many times this for loop statement will be executed? Some of them are given that it is n minus 1 or n time or some. Yes, honestly, it said that it is n plus 1. Yeah, okay. Now we'll see that one. How many times it will execute that one. So just we'll see the practical one. How many times this will be executed. Now see here, everyone, because I'm going to praise out the program. So listen carefully and see that carefully. See that carefully. So I'm going to compile this. So always the execution starts from the main itself. Then it is going to the second statement body of the main function. That is the first statement is the clear scheme. It is going to clear the previous program output. Then I am taking the declaration, that is int a and n equal to 5. In second state, the next line I am taking the value of a, that is 5 is assigned to a. Then I am taking the for loop as now. From here, just observe carefully how many times this for loop will be executed. Now this is the first time for loop. will be executed. So if the condition is satisfied, is yes or no? I less than n, yes or no? I less than n,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes. What is the I value? Zero. Yes.
Zero.
I value is zero. And what is the n value? 4.
Four.
So 0 less than 4, condition is satisfied. So write in your notes also when you are taking this one by one. So write it 0 less than 4 or 1 less than 4 like that. Okay. Now it is 0 less than 4, condition is true. Yes, condition is true. Now it is goes into the body of the loop. Okay. Now a equal to a plus I value will be evaluated. So what is the a value? 5, and what is the I value? 0. So a plus 0 means, I mean 5 plus 0 means 5, and that will be again reassigned to the left hand side a variable. Okay. So this is the first time the body of the loop will be executed. Okay. So after completion of the body of the loop, again it is going to the incrementation part. So where is the implementation part? In a for loop study. So it is going to that particular statement. See that. Okay. So total it will take that total, no? Just it is not taking the it is not showing WCPS also. So this value statement they will not be praised out. Okay, let us see this one. Okay, no problem. So I'm telling that. So what is the first time I value? 0 less than 4. So 0 less than 4, condition is true. Then the a equal to a plus I statement will be executed. So this is the first time, one time. Okay. Then again it is going to the I implementation part. Now what is the I value after that one? I plus means 1. Now I value is 1. Again check the condition. 1 less than 4. Now this is the second time. 1 less than 4. Condition is satisfied. S. Again, the
Yes,
body
ma'am.
of the S, the body of the loop will be executed. So, what is the body? A equal to A plus I. So, this is the second time we are executing the body as well as the statement. Then, after executing the body, again it is going to the implementation part. I plus plus. Now, what is I value now? 2. Check the
Two.
condition. 2 less than 4. S. Condition is satisfied. Then, again execute the body of the loop. That is A equal to A plus I will be executed. Okay. Then again go to the implementation part. Now what is I value now? 3. 3
Three,
less
ma'am.
than, yeah, 3 less than 4. Condition is satisfied again. Again the body of the loop will be executed. So this is the case. And then again it is going to the implementation part. That is the for loop statement I plus plus. Now what is I value now? 4. 4. Now in this case the value of I is 4. Check the condition. 4 less than 4. So
False.
for yeah, now the condition is false. Means how many times this condition will be executed? 3 times. I mean, 4 times the true statement will be executed. That is 0 less than n, 1 less than n, 2 less than n, and 3 less than n. And what is the false statement? 4 less than n. I mean 4 less than 4. So for that condition also the statement will be executed. Na? Yes or no? Yes. Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. So when you're taking the n value as 4, for 0, 1, 2, that is I value 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 3, 4, I mean 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 means 4 times the true condition will be satisfied. So it will execute the body of the loop also. So what is the fifth one here? That is 4 less than 4. Condition is false, but it will not execute the body of the loop. Means how many times this for loop will be executed? N plus 1 time. So what is the n value? 4. But how many times this I less than condition will be executed? 4 plus 1 time. That is
N.
the, yeah, that is a 5 times. That means that this for loop will be executed n plus 1 number of time. Okay, the for loop will be executed. I mean, for loop statement will be executed n plus 1 number of time. Then how many times the body of the loop will be executed?
N plus one time.
No, n times. For the false condition, it will not execute the body of the loop, na? Yes. Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes. Yeah. Good. Good. Everyone is giving the n times. Yes. Very good. Very good. So for loop statement, condition will be executed n plus 1 times. So n times means true condition plus 1 time it is a false condition. So totally n plus 1 number of times the for loop statement will be executed. But the body of the loop will be executed only n number of times when you are taking the n true conditions. So for this true condition, the body of the loop will be executed. Okay. Now, just coming back to the our PPT. Now you can see here. So this is the program. So a equal to 0. So this statement will be executed only one time, and this for loop will be executed n plus 1 number of times. So here n is the true condition, n number of times the true condition will be executed, and plus 1 is the false condition. So for the false condition also we are checking that whether it is false or true, we need to check that also. That is 4 less than 4, we need to check that also. So totally for loop statement will be executed in a n plus 1 number of times. Yes. The next one, what is the body of the loop here? A equal to a plus I. So the body of the loop will be executed for the true conditions only. So what are the true conditions among n plus 1? Only n is the true condition, plus 1 is the false condition. So for the false condition, how many times the CO statement will be executed? Will be executed? How many times the CO statement will be executed?
N plus
Three
1.
times.
No,
Three
where is
times.
no, observe carefully. So where is our CO statement, within the body of the for loop or outside the body of the for loop?
Outside.
Outside.
Yeah, then how many times the CO statement will be executed?
0 times.
One time, huh? One time, at least one time, no? So if the CO statement is within the body of the for loop, so n number of times the CO statement will be executed. But I'm writing the CO statement outside the for loop body. Means CO statement will be executed only one number of time. So this will take the 1 unit amount of time. So to assign the A value, it will take the 1 unit amount of time. And to execute the for loop statement, it will take the n plus 1 number of time. And to execute the body of the for loop, n number of times it will be executed. And then CO statement will be executed one number of times. Okay, so totally how much time it will take to execute this particular program? Just sum those all values. 1 plus n plus 1 plus n
2n plus
plus.
3.
Yes,
2n plus 3.
yeah, I think this is not visible to you. Yes, 2n plus 3. So n values are 2 here, 2n plus we have a constant values are here 3. So totally 2n plus 3 times the uh, 2n plus 3 is the frequency of time to execute this particular function. Is this clear, my everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. So 2n plus 3 is the time complexity of this particular function. Yes. Yes. Very good. Okay. Now let us take one more program. Okay, we'll see the one more program here. I can see. Now this is the function or program. Now can anyone tell me what type of program it is? What program, what is the operation we are performing in this particular function?
Matrix.
Addition, ma'am.
Yes, good, very good, excellent. So it is a matrix addition. Now for this function, how much time it will take to execute this particular program, or what is the frequency of time to execute this particular program? So what is the first statement there? It is the initialization of your matrix. That is the 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, 3 by 3 matrix into C of 3 by 3 matrix. So for the initialization, it will not take any time here. But if you are taking any operation, so for that it will take the amount of time. Now we have a for loop here. Now tell me, we have two for loops. So first for loop is the I value and second for loop is the j. Okay, so that is outside for loop is I and inside for loop is j. Now tell me how many times the I for loop will be executed?
M times.
M
3,
statement
3, ma'am.
statement.
3 times.
M is my condition. I less than M is my condition. First for loop is I equals 0, I less than M, I plus plus. How many times the for loop statement? I'm not asking the body of the statement, body of the for loop. So how many times the for loop statement will be executed? M plus 1. Yes, good Ramya, good friend side. M plus 1. So why? Because what is my condition here? I less than M. It is based on M. In the previous program, we are taking this as a I less than N. So how many times that for loop will be executed? M plus 1 number of times. Yes or no? So here I am taking the I less than M. So how many times the for loop statement will be executed? M plus 1. So M is the true condition. For the true conditions M, the statement will be executed. And for the one false condition, again the for loop statement will be executed. So it will execute the M plus 1 number of times the statement will be executed. Okay. Now, how many times this j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus will be executed? Now, can anyone tell me
N
how many
plus 1.
times the inside for loop? N plus 1
N
time?
plus 1. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. N plus 1 time the statement for loop statement will be executed. But Where is our second for loop? Inside of your outer side, outer for loop. Yes or no? Yes. So we are taking the
Yes,
second for
ma'am.
loop inside. Yeah, yeah. We are taking the second for loop inside of your first for loop. So the second for loop will be executed n plus one number of time. Yes, good, very good. No doubt in that. But when this second for loop will be executed, in which case the second for loop will be executed?
If I value is 0, first is
Yeah, means if the first for loop condition will be satisfied, then only the second for loop will be executed. Yes or no? Yes. So if the first for loop condition will be satisfied, then the second for loop will be executed. Means how many times the J for loop will be executed? Now tell me. How many times the second for loop will be executed? It is
n
based on the
plus
outer
1
cell.
n plus 1, ma'am.
Yeah, some Lakshmi person has said that it is, yeah, now see here. So this J for loop will be executed n plus one number of time. And when this for loop will be executed means when the true conditions of your outer for loop, based on the true conditions of your outer for loop, the inside for loop will be executed. So among m plus 1, m is the true conditions, true cases, and 1 is a false case. Yes or no? So m number of true times the J for loop will be executed. Yes or no? Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in that case, we need to combine these. So how to combine this one? That is m into n plus 1. So where m is the true conditions of your outer for loop and n plus 1 is the execution for the second for loop statement. Yes or no? Is this clear, everyone? M into n plus 1. How to get this m into n plus 1?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Now tell me, how many times this is C of ij equal to A of ij plus B of ij will be exceeded? One time? Only one time?
6 times, ma'am.
Six times? I'm not giving M and N value here. I'm taking, of course,
M
the
means
matrix size is 3 by 3, but I'm not mentioning M value and N value. Yes, somebody said that it is M into N. Soumyastri, yes.
m into n plus 1 minus 1.
N plus 1 minus 1? No. So when the
Plus
C
1.
of I no when the C of ij equal A of ij will be exceeded, then both the outer for loops, I mean inside for loop and outer for loop, when these two conditions will be satisfied, then only the body of the for loop will be exceeded. So what are the two conditions of outer for loop? M times. Yes or not? Outer for loop true conditions
Yes,
how
ma'am.
many times? M times. And what is the inside for loop true conditions? N times. N times. So totally we need to combine that one, that is a m into n number of times the body of the for loop, total body of the for loop will be executed. Is this clear, everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. So the body of the for loop will be executed based on the for loop conditions. Okay, so what is the condition you have given to the m value and n value? Based on that, body of the for loop will be executed. So this C of ij equal A of ij plus B of ij will be executed m into a number of times. So where m is the outer for loop true conditions and n is the inside for loop true conditions. So totally m into n number of times the body of the C of ij means this statement will be executed. Okay, is this clear, my everyone? Or do you have any doubts regarding this one?
No doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, good, very good. Now, so we need to combine this to get the total time complexity of this particular function. So that is m plus 1 plus, what is the second one? M into n plus 1 plus m into n. Now tell me what is the total complexity, time complexity of this particular program? Just add those all the values. Add those all the values. M plus 1, yeah. What's the value? M plus 1.
2m into 1 plus 1 plus
Yes, good, very good. 2m
up to
of
5.
Yeah, it is hiding with the some statement here. So here before m we have a two value here. It is not visible to you. So because of this slide sharing, so that is 2m of 1 plus n plus 1. Yes, 2m of 1 plus n plus 1 times s omega is very good times. So this is the it will take the time for this particular program. So what is the time complexity? 2m of 1 plus n plus 1 is the time complexity of this particular program. This is clear now, everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. So like this, we can analyze what is the time complexity of the particular program. Whether the program consists of assignment statement or any additional statement means it is going to perform any operations, or it consists of some for loop or while loop or do while or any switch cases or recursive functions. Based on that, we are going to analyze the time complexity of the particular program. So like this, we can find out the time complexity of the program. Okay. Now it is my assignment here. Assignment for today. Uh, Let us take the three for loops.
Ma'am,
Means
somewhat loudly you can speak, no, ma'am.
yeah. Okay. So what is my assignment is here. Let us take the three for loops now. Instead of two for loops, take the three for loops. Okay, take the three for loops and tell me what is the time complexity of the program. Is this clear? What is the assignment? Instead of two for loops, take the three for loops. Same function, I mean same program, but instead of three, we need to, instead of two, we need to take the three for loop. That is I, J, K. Then analyze the time complexity of the program or the function and tell me that whether it takes n plus one time or n minus one time. So you need to execute that one, or you can just analyze that one. So write it on one paper like this. Just I'm sharing the PPT now. So like this, analyze the particular time complexity of the each and every statement and add those all things, and you need to give the total time complexity of the function. Okay, so write it in one paper and take a screenshot and post it in the WhatsApp group. Is it clear? Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Clear,
Lakshmi
ma'am.
Prasanna. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to download the attendance. Wait a minute. Now somebody else joining now. Hi, teacher. See, if the attendance is less in C plus plus, then you need to think that you joined in the late times. Okay, I'm not going to provide the attendance for those people. So please understood that if you have less attendance percentage in the C plus plus, so that is the meaning of your join in the late time. Okay.
Ma'am, the attendance names not in our class.
Attendance name. What? I'm not getting.
Ma'am, Google attendance names is there no, ma'am.
Yeah.
The absence not belongs to our class, ma'am.